Good morning, college football fans, and welcome to the 3 and Out College Edition, right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, college football has returned. Here we go. It's about that time. If you haven't kicked off last week, you either kicked off sometime this week or you're kicking off this weekend, and we are ready and set to bring it to you. I am joined here by my awesome colleague, Mr. Terry Rodriguez, and he and I are about to deliver you 1 hour of insanity from the college football world as we get ready and set to kick off every single college football, every one of them, that is. We're talking Division I, AA, NAIA, Division II, Division III, CCAA, NJCAA, and oh yeah, some high school football in the mix. Ladies and gentlemen, strap up. It's gonna be a wild ride. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio. Your directory for all that is sports. Welcome, college and high school football fans. Wow, here we go, y'all. The season has officially begun last week. Plenty of great college football to be played, but not everybody kicked off. Lots of those, I guess we can call them cupcake games or just the warm-up games, or some people will just call them tune-up games, but whatever you may call them, glorified scrimmages, whatever, they have been in the books for the first week. And well, week 1 continues with our usual 2-week week 1. And well, here we go. Plenty to talk about today. Lots of awesome high school football. My goodness. Modern day Centennial faced off last night. We had, of course, Division III get underway this week. We have RCC and MSJC going head-to-head today. I don't know if that's the first time in history, but they're going head-to-head. We have lots going on in the big, I see Adam Karnick here in the chat room. Yes, Big Ten here. He says conference games straight out the gate. Yeah, lots of crazy games just coming straight out the gate, as Adam says. And oh yeah, maybe we have a little bit more to say about super conferences. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Oregon, Georgia today. We have Notre Dame, Ohio State. Oh my gosh, college football has returned. And well, I can't talk about none of this good stuff until I introduce my guy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming, of course, he is IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. He is, of course, one half of this show, the host of the SoCal Spring Sports Show. He is, of course, the host of Set Point, and just all around great dude, one of the CEOs of IE Sports Radio, and just pretty much does everything else. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome me, my guy, man, my boy, Mr. Terran Rodriguez. How's it going today, brother?
Hey, AB, it is going great, guns. I'm ready to talk a lot of college football and all the high school football. Let's do the dang thing.
Well said, Terran. Well said. Sorry, man. My voice is kind of raspy. It's lots of coaching and lots of teaching, and, well, my voice is usually shot by Saturdays, so I got to fix it. But with that said, let's do the dang thing. So, ready to follow the lead, once again, of this interesting little schedule we have kind of put together here. It's going to be fun. You'll see. Different kind of format. Enjoy the show. With that said, Adam Clark, once again, big ups to him in the chat room, talking some Big Ten, and well, we're going to definitely get to them today. We're going to start things off with a little bit of pick'em. How's that, Darren? How's that? We're starting the show off with usually our ender. How you like that?
Yeah, that one really caught me off guard, but I am born ready, boys.
Let's do it, man. All right, well, today we're going to once again, we're going a little bit, you're going to see, we're going to fuse everything together here today. So, today, talking about some of the big games. We got lots and lots of great ones today. My goodness, I am so excited for some of these. I wish games like Sam Houston and Texas A&M were going to be close, because Sam Houston is one of the better teams in the FCS. But of course, we all know how that's probably going to end. But once again, hey,
Yep.
Appalachian State did beat Michigan. I'm just saying, remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So, just saying, man. So, with that said, you guys, some games today that are going to be pretty solid, ranked stuff. Well, we can start it off with talking about a game that I think everybody is going to be tuned into because, well, it's kind of hard to not. It's a Chick-fil-A kickoff game. Number 11, Oregon from the Pac-12. Number 3, Georgia. Yeah, champions. This game kicks off at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I want to say that Oregon can give Georgia all they can handle. I really do. And I honestly think they will. If it's the Oregon team that I think is going to take the field today. Overall, I'm going to go with Georgia win here. But I really feel that Oregon is going to surprise a lot of people today. It seems really crazy, but I honestly think it's going to be within 3 points. It might be a 10-pointer, I don't know. If it's worse than that, then I guess my bad. But it's real. It's real. Tim, what do you think?
So this is the beginning of the Dan Lanning era.
Yes.
So for Oregon, I feel they have the potential. I think they're right there. I just don't think that they'll be able to beat them. I think it'll be so super close. I think they'll keep it close in the first half, but I think Georgia pulls out the win. Probably by at least 8 or so.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's going to happen. But Adam says here, I'm geeking out today. I'm doing play-by-play on college football for the first time. It's wild, man. Get ready. I haven't done that yet, but it's fun stuff, man. Always a great time doing play-by-plays. Lots coming up today, by the way, guys. If you are tuning in, man, we have some great stuff for you today. We have some live play-by-play after this show. Make sure to catch the Crossroads Pod with our guy, Mr. Aaron X. Then, of course, we have here IE Sports Radio live call. This is NC State, number 13 NC State at ECU. After that, another live call today at 12:30 p.m. Pacific. Number 11 Oregon and number 3 Georgia. That is going to be on USRN later on today as well. At 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. WSR. Number 7, Utah at Florida. That should be a fun one. And then, of course, USRN number 5. USRN at 4:30 Pacific Time, 7:30 Eastern. We have here number 5, Notre Dame at number 2, Ohio State, which is going to probably be the game of the day without a doubt. Saturday Night Football, the game to watch. And then, of course, later on today, closing things out on the Deuce, USRN 2, Boise State at Oregon State. A little Pac-12 action going on there. I mean, not totally Pac-12, but, Oregon State getting ready to take the field in Corvallis, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Pac-12 After Dark on USRN 2. Plenty of great games coming up on our networks today. Sister networks and IE Sports Radio, so be ready, you guys. So, with that said, all right, Terry, let's get through a few more of these. Number 23, Cincinnati. Number 19, Arkansas. The spread is actually 6.5 points, Arkansas. I can see that happening, but for some reason, man, I don't know. I think Cincinnati, after that season last year, they might come out and get this victory. I don't know. I'm not going to say Arkansas is going to lose, but my goodness, if Cincinnati wins, I won't be surprised. What do you think, Darren?
Yeah, I kind of got to go with Arkansas. Last year was a pretty solid year for the Razorbacks. I feel they could build off that, and I just think that Arkansas has the more depth. I think Cincinnati lost too much when it came to last season.
Sorry about that, Darren. No, I agree. It kind of feels like, I don't know, SEC team, the heavy artillery. Arkansas is a pretty solid team. Realistically, I want to say it's going to be an extremely close game, and I think it'll be pretty close. But I am going to take Arkansas for the win here. And then, of course, Darren, again, I think everyone is super excited for today because, well, why wouldn't you be? Especially if you are, of course, oops, where is it at? I lost it, Darren. I lost it. Okay, there we go. Again, I think everyone is extremely excited about at least, on this side of the side of the tracks, because we're seeing the San Diego State Aztecs come out the gate and take on a very worthy opponent immediately. This is a toss-up for me as the Aztecs face the Wildcats of Arizona. And the spread is 6 points for San Diego State. But man, San Diego State is climbing the ladder. But let's just say, are they ready to start taking on teams like this normally? Taryn, will they be one of the replacements in the Pac-12 pretty soon? I'm just saying, this may be a precursor. I don't know. I'm going to go San Diego State in this game by a thin margin. But I don't know, man. This is kind of a tough one for them out of the gate. What do you think?
So, yeah, I actually went back and forth with this. I do have San Diego State winning. I think they're going to have to win ugly, though. I have them winning 20-17. I said so on yesterday's show. But Arizona is going to be improved. My biggest question mark for San Diego State is going to be the quarterback. Who's going to take over for Jordan Brookshire? They do have a transfer quarterback from Virginia Tech. But other than that, their quarterback room looks so young. They have 5 freshman quarterbacks, I want to say, and they have 1 sophomore quarterback. So it's going to look really odd in the first few games. And we don't know what the situation is when it comes to the offense. Are they still going to go run offense like they did last year? Or are they going to try to mix it up and try to have a balanced diet?
And that is going to be the question to answer for sure. I'm super excited for that. So let's go look at the recap. We had some pretty good games yesterday. I'm going to go extremely fast, but Taryn, you can comment on any of these games after I go ahead and just get a quick recap. And so, okay, we had some games being played on, both Thursday and Friday. And, well, last week we can go after the recap of those. So last week, of course, we had here Western Kentucky over Austin Peay 38-27. Of course, we talked about Nebraska. Northwestern over Nebraska 38-28. UNLV, well, we talked about those last Sunday. I'm so sorry. Forgot about that, guys. It was Sunday, so we're good. That was from last week. On to Thursday, Akron over St. Francis PA 30-23. Awesome FCS game there. That thing would actually end in overtime. Solid stuff there by the Akron Zips. We have number 12, Oklahoma State, over Central Michigan, 58-48. Talk about a battle. The Chippewas came to play. I don't care what no one says. Number 17, Pittsburgh. A little trouble here with West Virginia. They're no slouch, of course, the Mountaineers, but man, Pittsburgh. Are they going to be an up and down team this year? We don't know, but 38-31 victory out the gate. Tennessee over Ball State, 59-10. A little lopsided game there. UCF over South Carolina State, 56-10. One of those little warm-up games. FIU versus Bryant. Yeah, I'm not sure what Bryant even is, guys. They might be Division AA, 1AA. I think they are now this year. But Crazy game here. 38-37 victory for FIU in overtime. Toledo over Long Island 37-0. Number 22 Wake Forest over VMI 44-10. Penn State over Purdue 35-31. Solid game for the Boilermakers though. You cannot slight them on that. Northern Illinois versus Eastern Illinois. The Huskies won that one 34-27. Northern Illinois. UAB over Alabama A&M 59-0. Mizzou over Louisiana Tech 52-24. Minnesota over New Mexico State 38-0. Arizona State over Northern Arizona. A little FCS, FBS action there. The Sun Devils win 40-3. Fresno State over Cal Poly. You gotta love, yes, it was an FCS versus FBS game, but you know what? I give Cal Poly credit for scoring a touchdown. 35-7 though. Fresno State gets it done. And then, of course, Darren, you gotta love these games, man. Portland State, a AA team, will freaking stick it to San Jose State. They only lost by 4 points, man. San Jose State wins 21-17. How about that? And then, of course, on to last night's games, we have here number 15, Michigan State winning over Western Michigan 35-13. Eastern Michigan over East Kentucky 42-34. Old Dominion defeats Virginia Tech 20-17. William & Mary over Charlotte 41-24. Duke over Temple 30-0. Kansas over Tennessee Tech 56-10. Indiana over Illinois 23-20. So sorry, Adam Karnick, but we have a happy Aaron X. I know that for a fact. Tough game there. And TCU over Colorado 38-13. Taryn, any of those games you'd like to speak about? The floor is yours, good sir.
So that Pitt West Virginia game, oh my goodness, this was actually had a lot of meaning. It wasn't just an old rivalry game. It was actually the battle of the former USC quarterbacks. Ian Slovis of Pitt taking on J.T. Daniels of West Virginia. Though J.T. Daniels was kind of on his third team as he committed to USC, then transferred to Georgia, and now he's on West Virginia. As I mentioned last week, the big question for West Virginia from the Big 12 was, can J.T. Daniels lead them to greater heights? I'll give Pitt this. They were able to win, but it's like someone has Pitt actually going to the college football championship, the top four, which I don't agree with that one bit. So I'll be interested to see how Pitt does the rest of the way. I mean, Keaton Slovis obviously did good in this game. I really think he's certainly no Kenny Pickett, but I think he did solid in his debut at Pitt.
You know, Taryn, really quick, before I say anything, what do you think about the transfer portal? Be on, let's go.
What do I think of the transfer portal? Well, for starters, it's kind of there just for everyone. It's just there, and it's a good little free agent clause for everybody. And I have mixed feelings about the transfer portal. As long as people don't just transfer, win a ring, then transfer back to the old school, then I'm okay with it. But it's it has its ups and downs and its flaws.
Yeah, Taryn, I don't know, man. I kind of felt like, it's funny, Nick Saban said that it would ruin college football, and I don't know, it's kind of making a mockery of the school system for sure, but I guess for athletes it's cool, do your thing, but I don't know, it's best of luck to those guys who enter it and go somewhere else and ball. Good for you. But that's an interesting game, though, between former USC quarterbacks. Pretty cool. And, well, plenty to get to on today's show, man. So, with that said, getting started out of the game with some Division I. Next up, we're going to visit a little bit of the lower levels in a high school game that was pretty darn good. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to 3 and Out, College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
Some say that Indiana is just a flyover state. Flatlands and cornfields, barns and country roads. What if I told you Indiana is the crossroads of America? What if I told you in all other states, basketball is just basketball? In Indiana, basketball is life. Crowded high school basketball gyms on a Friday night, and every barn with a basketball rim and a frayed, worn-out net. If you're interested in the heartbeat of America, and if you're interested in sports, if you have Hoosier running through your veins, the Crossroads Pod with Aaron X is made for you. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Each and every week, the Crossroad Pod covers all of Indiana sports. The pride of the horseshoe of the Indianapolis Colts. The blue-collar gold swagger of the Indiana Pacers. The relentless pursuit of the sixth banner for the Indiana Hoosiers. The swing of the hammer of the Purdue Boilermakers. The swoop of the Cardinals of Ball State. The summoning of the echoes of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The growl of the Bulldogs of Butler. The intensity of an Indiana fever. The chop of the Indianapolis Indians. At the Crossroads Pod, if it is Indiana, we've got you covered. More than cornfields, more than country back roads. The Crossroads of America. Join me, Aaron X, every week. It's nothing but net.
Hello, ladies and sinners. Hello, sports fans around the world. Hello, IE Sports family. This is Cale Henderson, the host of IE Vegas, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio. If you folks are interested in sports in the Vegas area, if you're wanting to have a blast for 1 hour every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is a show built for the Vegas sports fans, where we feature the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Aces, and the University of Las Vegas, Nevada Rebels. Hopefully, fingers crossed, MLB team coming soon. Either way, if you folks are looking to have a blast for 1 hour each and every week, tune in Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you folks are interested in Vegas sports news, go to our Twitter, at SinCities_IESR, and you can speak with me, the host, Cale Henderson, at Cale_Henderson on Twitter. At any time, be happy to reply. Always willing to reach out to our fans. Again, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen, your direct feed for all that is sports. Me and Larry B here with Mr. Terran Rodriguez. Great dude. Great show so far. And we got plenty more to get into today. But before we go ahead and start out with anything else, Terran gets alerted with the news, of course. The 12-team playoff starting 2026. Oh my goodness, does this open the door for super conferences or what? Terran, what you got?
So yeah, this is huge for all of NCAA football in the FBS, and basically we're still going to get the whole this team was left out thing and whatnot. I like to take, for example, Texas A&M gets left out, and then there's still going to be the crowd that says this team should have been in, or the playoffs should be expanded even more. So we're obviously not going to get like people fully satisfied, but it's like at least they finally expanded it from like 4 to 12. I was expecting 8, honestly. I think 8 would have been perfect just because now it looks like there's going to be like a bye in the first round between like the top 4 teams, and then it's going to go quarterfinals, and then semifinals, and then finals. So I really think it's going to be something good to watch for. I think it's a great step in the right direction for the FBS, and it's about time. Like, I knew it was going to happen eventually, and thank goodness everyone decided to get their heads out of their rear ends.
Yeah, I really think we finally made it. It's what we've
and the Pac-12 will be relevant.
Yeah, exactly. We finally made it. I'm very happy to hear about this. I think super conferences are inevitable. But like Adam says here in the chat room, 12-team playoffs. The money siren finally defeated the traditional beat. And then he says, I agree, Taryn, and 8 teams feels like the right size. Yes. Well, here we go. I mean, strap up, get ready, because this is going to be a show, y'all. I'm excited for it, and I'm hoping that it just continues to get better. But we shall see, you guys. So, Taryn, we got a little NJC. Started off with the Triple CAA. We got some good games going on today. But my goodness, if I had to zone in on one of these things, we've got quite the battle. My RCC Tigers are taking on the MSJC, of course, Riverside Community College, taking on the Mount San Jacinto Eagles. I don't know how long it's been since these two have played. I don't even know if they've ever played. Maybe they have. But Mount San Jac has gotten so much better over the years. RCC is coming off of 2 championship runs, one of them where they won, one where they lost. This is a big one because in the Inland Empire, in the IE, this is going to be a pretty solid game happening today at Ramona High School. I think RCC is getting their field redone. So, right down the street, Ramona High School. Fun fact, that's where my wife Cecilia went, in Riverside. And, well, yes, this game is going down today, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I wish it was on TV. I'm so serious for the nation to see because it's going to be a really good game. I'm going Tigers all day long, but I honestly think that the Eagles will give them a solid matchup. Taryn, what do you got for the Triple CAA today? What game are you zoned in on?
So, yeah, I like that little Mount San Jacinto Riverside City game, but I found the perfect game, and this one is kind of personal for me. I hate to actually say this as this is going to be my game to watch for from the 3C2A, but I have to go with Orange Coast and Golden West.
Yep.
The two may not be conference teams anymore, but it's like this is the rivalry. This is Battle of the Bell, and what a better way to start out the season. And I think it's important for Orange Coast to get this victory. I thought they played decent last season against Golden West. It's just that now they really have to put the full package together. And OCC does return some good players from last year, but I'm hoping Golden West did take a major step back. You got to remember that Golden West was the second best team in Southern California behind Riverside City. Golden West narrowly missed out on the state championship as Riverside City just did their darn thing in the regional championship game. And you're probably grinning as big as possible.
Very much so.
So I'm interested to see where Golden West is going to be at, if they're still dominant. Obviously, they always have those top-tier players from like all the local high schools, the Huntington Beach schools, sometimes the Newport Mesa schools, the Newport Mesa Unified School District schools, and they just seem to get talent from all over the place, even in like Los Angeles County. So we'll see if Orange Coast can keep up with Golden West, especially for my sake. If you see a frustrated tweet from me on OCC losing, you don't flip out. It's just a fair warning. I want OCC to win.
It's going to be a solid game, and I'm really excited for this one, Taryn. Today we also have the 37th COD SBVC. What is that? College of the Desert versus San Bernardino Valley College Challenge Trophy game going on. We also have another one here. LA Pierce versus Bakersfield. Looks like his first responder night. It's like a cool thing there. The 99th key to the county game, Fullerton versus Santa Ana College. This should be pretty solid. So, lots of great games coming up to you guys in the junior college world. Once again, you guys, for those of you who don't think very much of junior college, think again. A lot of D1 commits come out. Bounce backs are a real thing. Last Chance U is a real thing. And yes, these are all last chance U's. So, with that said, Taryn, let's trickle on over to the NJCAA. What you got for us there?
So we have a couple matchups that happened on Thursday. We had Northeast Mississippi, Downing Hines, and we had...
That should have been a good one, actually.
Oklahoma defeating East Central 52-28.
Yeah.
And East Mississippi shut out Copiah Lincoln. This one was probably the best one of them all. Northwest Mississippi outlasting Mississippi Gulf Coast 28-24. That is a good football score. It's not too high, not too low. I love it.
And Darren, really quick, if I may, Mississippi Gulf Coast, former champions a couple years back. Northwest Mississippi, I don't know if they got one. I can't remember. But these are two teams that contend pretty much every year. And what a way to come out of the gates and play each other immediately, right?
Right, and I think it's perfect that they played on Thursday, because if you play on Saturday, there's a lot of games going on, and then you get lost in the shuffle, whereas on Thursday, you basically, there's not too many games playing, and then you get to play on that day. And I guess I don't understand why they didn't play on Friday, but maybe they decided to use that to, prepare and whatnot. It's kind of like how the NFL has the Thursday night football game in Week 1 with the Super Bowl champion taking on someone else.
Yeah.
That's kind of my little comparison.
I agree with that. I think that's a very good comparison. That's exactly what it is. So, solid stuff there coming out of the NJCAA. We have some stats and players for you guys coming up soon to watch for. But really quick, Darren, bouncing back to single A. The big show tonight. Dan, this has got to be the one, man. This is the game that we're all going to be focused on because, well, damn it, it's Saturday Night Football. It is a battle of the Titans, if you will, Clash of the Titans. It is a game where so many more are excited to see two guys face off at the quarterback position, seeing a defense match up against an offense. Actually, both sides looks like this. Where can we see a high-scoring game? Will it be a low-scoring game? I mean, everything about this game is incredible. Looking here on the article on ESPN, says Freeman must take number 5 Notre Dame and a new starting quarterback into Ohio Stadium amid a crush of hype and over 100,000 hospital fans as they play the number 2 Buckeyes. You guys, this is going to be crazy. I'm excited for it. By the way, the article written on ESPN, the ScoreCenter app. Dan, we're talking Saturday Night Football. The line is 16.5 points. Everyone thinks Ohio State's going to belt Notre Dame. But don't disrespect them just yet because they are number 5. It is number 5 versus number 2. Taryn, we're talking Saturday Night Football. What you got?
So you mentioned that Notre Dame is starting a new quarterback. That's going to be the big X factor right there. Looking at Ohio State, they have C.J. Stroud, and they have a good chunk of their receiver core returning. I would be shocked if Ohio State lost this one.
Yeah.
I really think that Ohio State is going to win this one by quite a bit. Notre Dame is not on the level of Ohio State. Let's be honest with ourselves. I really think Ohio State is poised for a big possible championship season, whether it's in the Big Ten or whether it's in the FBS. And I really think C.J. Stroud could possibly be a Heisman nominee. He just has to play his cards right, and he just can't afford to make silly mistakes. I am super excited to see what Ohio State can bring to the table because they play, let's be honest, the Big Ten East is so competitive. You have your Michigan State, your Michigan, your Ohio State, And sometimes even Indiana and Penn State might give the teams trouble. Whereas the Big Ten West, it's kind of there. Like, take, for example, Northwestern is in first place because they're the only team that's won in the conference. So.
Yeah! Adam Karnick, who's playing. Sorry.
And then Minnesota also is in first place because they stomped on New Mexico State. But hey, they're on the road of having another top 5 defense.
You know what? And I agree with that. They really are. So, Darren, I would love to say it's going to be a competitive game. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to be close. But, man, it would be cool if it was. I'm going to Ohio State. My goodness. I'm going to say 42 to, maybe 20. Does that sound reasonable, Darren?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And I really don't think that Notre Dame's going to cover. No, thank you. And,
yeah.
I
think they got that line just right. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be any closer than 16 points. I mean, it's the truth. I think 16 points. If Notre Dame can get a 16-point loss, I feel that, you know what, at least they're on the right track and they're moving. I know they're number 5, and I get it. The disrespect. I'm so sorry to everybody else out there, but it's true, guys. I mean, Darren once said on one of his shows, Ohio State doesn't recruit, they reload. I mean, I guess, or however you said it, Darren, but man, it's true. This team is insane. They're number 2 for a reason. We're going to see this team somewhere in the playoff, I think. I mean, they're just a solid school, man. And what do you do? What do? You got to give credit where credit's due. And yeah, Taryn and I are both taking those Buckeyes tonight. So with that said, Taryn, we got to bounce back to a high school game that was just too damn good. It happened. I was all excited and raving about it last week. And, well, I thought it'd be a little closer, honestly. I honestly think that the game tonight is going to look like this one because the score is so close to what I just said. I saw a little bit ago. Maybe that's why I said the score. I don't know. But Mater Dei, the number 1 team in the land, or number 2, I don't know which one they are right now. St. John Bosco is up there as well. But Centennial, we are talking the football factory. Corona Centennial High School. Lots of NFL stars came from there. Mater Dei High School. Lots of stars came from there. NFL stars came from there as well. They went head-to-head last night. Mater Dei made their way over to the city of Corona here in the Inland Empire, not too far away from me. And, well, Mater Dei from Santa Ana got it done. 43-20. Started out, Mater Dei 7-7 first quarter. Mater Dei would absolutely go off in the second quarter, scoring 22 points, shutting out Centennial 0. Mater Dei would then score 14 more in the third quarter. Centennial would manage to get 7 more. And in that fourth quarter, though Mater Dei was shut out, Centennial could only score 6. 43-20 once again. The Mater Dei Monarchs, after a very tough game last week versus a very tough Nevada team, Bishop Gorman, barely winning that one in Vegas last week. Well, I wouldn't say they stomped all over Centennial, but they kind of stomped all over Centennial, I guess. I don't know. Taryn, what you got for this game, man?
Yeah, it was just another big game for Elijah Brown as he found Marcus Brown as that he was his favorite target. I really thought that this was kind of the big true game for Mater Dei. Was Mater Dei going to clean up their mistakes for the most part against Corona Centennial? They pretty much did, as opposed to the first 2 weeks where they barely escaped against Bishop Gorman, and they looked really good against West High School of Utah, but then you also have to take into account of the fumbles and the turnovers. So I really think Mater Dei made a statement in this game. I feel that Corona Centennial is still going to be up there, and I really think it's going it was a great game. It's just that Mater Dei really needs to make a statement because everyone was probably thinking, I think Centennial was going to win, but now Mater Dei has shut the haters up. I don't mean to veer off course here, Larry, but another big game that happened in terms of like two of the best public schools in California was Long Beach Poly and Mission Viejo, with Long Beach Poly coming out on top 35-30 as they actually won in the final 30 seconds of the game. So, and I should also make note that Long Beach Poly has 801 wins, and they're not too far behind from Bakersfield High School. And if Bakersfield High School continues to regress and Long Beach Poly continues to stay hot, Long Beach Poly, believe it or not, will have the most wins of any program in California. So something to keep your eye on. I think it's Southern California and not California overall, but Long Beach Poly has been racking up the wins since Lord knows when.
Yeah, Poly's been a powerhouse for a very long time. Another powerhouse, St. John Bosco, the #1 team in the country right now. Stomped all over Bishop Amat last night, 42-7. Darren, you sent me this tweet, and was that really surprising? I'm not sure.
No, honestly, it wasn't really surprising. The fear for Bishop Amat is if at the end of the day, the end of the season, they're still pretty much in that top 8, they would have to play St. John Bosco in the playoffs, which is something no one wants to see. I mean, well, no one wants to do because St. John Bosco is just that legit. Mater Dei is that legit. Like, if you're a team that is doing really well, you're going to have to hope you make it as the 6 or 5 seed. But that's going to be tough considering you've got Long Beach Poly as your current Centennial. Centennial's probably going to be number 3, if I'm not mistaken. Poly might be 4. Mission Viejo could be 5. It all depends on where the chips fall and which team wins and which team loses. And I think it's going to be quite interesting to see who the top 8 will be. Also, keep an eye out for Los Alamitos as well. They play Basha of Arizona tonight as well.
That should be pretty cool. So, Taryn, of course, Mike Pat in the chat room here saying, good morning, guys. How are we feeling about NCAA going from 4 teams to 12 teams in the playoff? Feels a bit much, feels a bit, much. Well, Mike, we just talked about that a little bit ago, and end of the day, I love it. I want 24 teams. I don't give a crap. I want March Madness. That's what I want. I want something fair. But Taryn and I, we both agreed it was pretty cool. Adam likes 8 teams. I think 8's cool too. But I just want the best team to win. That's all there is to it. So, yeah. I'm okay with 12. Even though I think 8 is pretty solid. But, yeah. So, with that said, D3 actions and NCAA Division 3 got underway this past week. And, well, we had one ranked team getting underway as number 22 Salisbury will defeat Albright 49-0. Yeah, not much of a game at all. And then, of course, Alfred took on Hobart. Hobart, former home of Mr. Ali Marpet, who played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and gets retired with a ring a couple years ago or last year. Yeah, Division 3 players. Sorry, Division 3s do breed some NFL players. Cecil Shorts, Ali Marpet, just saying. But Hobart will defeat Alfred 36-6. And today, well, there's some pretty solid games here coming up. Let's see here. Where are those ranked games? I can't seem to find them, but cool. So, Maynard and Baylor last year, team that was in the mix to win it all. We take it on Muhlenberg. And, of course, another team that's always in the mix, Mount Union of Ohio will be taking on Defiance. So, lots of great stuff going on here in the D3 world. Top 25 football going on today. Really excited for that. And, well, Darren, got anything for D3 this week?
Yeah, you mentioned Mary Hart and Baylor and whatnot. I think that's going to be. I think their game is going to be pretty good. I hope that we get some other noteworthy games, and I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 upsets. I'm going to call it right now. there's going to be one or two upsets. If not, I'll eat my crow for next week.
There may be. Wisconsin Whitewater and St. John's is actually a very good game. I don't really know who would. I don't know what could be an upset there, but Pacific Lutheran Paclu taking on Bethel. I think Bethel, if I'm not mistaken, is an NAIA school. Maybe not, but that should be pretty solid. Lots of great games coming out here. But Muhlenberg, man, if they were to knock off Marriott and Baylor, oh my gosh! If Defiance will defeat Mount Union, oh my gosh. I'm just saying, cool stuff there as we head on over to some NCAA D2. And, just quick hits on these right here. What we could do.
There is one game in NCAA Division III that was noteworthy. Lycoming defeated Montclair State 7-5. Legendary football game right there. Absolutely legendary.
My kind of game, man. 7-5. That has me written all over it, Darren. I love this.
Any single-digit football game that I see, I'm going to inform you of, and then that's going to get shout out on this show.
Every time. Every single time. Without a doubt. Taryn, you know, good sir, you know. Excuse me. Wow, that's what happens when you drink something and it goes down the wrong pipe. Cool. Okay, with that said, guys. Oh my gosh, sorry. Alrighty. Well, number 14 cuts down. We're taking down Assumption in just a few minutes here, actually in about an hour in Division 2. Some more noteworthy games today. Can we get a shout out to our guy, Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr.? His number 12 Bowie State Bulldogs be taking on number 18 New Haven coming up today. Should be a very good game there between two ranked D2 schools. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I saw one more in here somewhere, and maybe I didn't. But Warner, an NAIA school, is taking on number 7 West Florida. Darren, these are the games you love because it's cross. It's not even conference. It's just completely different. NAIA, NCAA, they stand alone. And, well, West Florida, man, they're in for a challenge. Warner is, or NAIA is usually comparable to Division II. West Florida, we're talking about a team that won the championship in its first 4 years of existence. They've been in and around the D2 playoffs. Today they're taking on an NAIA team to start off the season. How do you like that one, Darren?
That is a great matchup, right? NAIA versus one of the top NCAA Division II schools. I think it's going to be a very great matchup. And you mentioned New Haven and Bowie. That's kind of my matchup of the week right there, just because Bowie, for starters, it is 2 ranked teams. And then second of all, I really think Bowie has what it takes. I think they have promise and potential this year. And they get a first test to see if they're able to take that promise and potential in the correct direction.
Agreed, Darren. So while we start pulling up the NAIA stuff, because we definitely got to go over some NAIA. Back to Division 1 Single A as we get ready for some more pick'ems. We are just an hour away from kickoff, you guys, from some of the top teams in the country. Everyone's kicking off today, y'all. After today, well, Monday, of course, we got some games. But let's move forward now. Really excited. Our USC Trojans today will be taking on Rice. Darren, we know that it's not going to end, in a... this should be very lopsided. But, hey, tune-up games. Number 14. I'm just happy to see USC ranked again. It feels nice. We got them going on today. Once again, just more ranked, unranked, or just ranked games. I want to go over all of them, but dang it, can't. Regardless, I feel like we should have a pretty good game here, Taryn, with, I know we already talked about a couple of them already, the pick'ems, so sorry if you guys missed them. But I do feel that a sleeper game today, and it's actually going to be pretty cool, it's actually going to be on the on IE Sports Radio in just a little bit. I don't know if it was the one that Adam was calling, but number 13 NC State at East Carolina. Honestly, Taryn, it's a 12-point spread. East Carolina, NC State is, they do have the advantage, or it's in their favor, but Man, our very own Angela Winstead's got to be excited because I think East Carolina could pull this thing off at home. Darren, what do you think?
I really think that is going to be the case. This is kind of a game where we all need to see what NC State is made of. Just because the ACC is kind of like an anomaly. You don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And NC State being ranked is kind of, okay, they're ranked, but can they show me why they're ranked? Can they show me, can they prove to me that they deserve to be ranked? Are they one of the favorites to win the ACC? Are they going to make a statement this week, or are they going to belly flop? That week one game is so important because you've been training your butts off, and you basically, you don't want to go 0-1 because that kind of destroys, well, not like destroys, but it kind of messes with the dynamic of your team and the morale and the confidence of your team, and that could possibly be a dangerous thing going forward.
It really can, Aaron. And, well, we have got some, take a look at that. Great stuff there. And then there was the NAIA. Taryn, did you find anything on the NAIA? The website is frustrating me at the moment.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, what do we got today, Taryn? What you liking? What you think? What you got?
So we have some good games right here. We have Benedictine at Grandview.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. That's a very solid game. Two teams I think were in the playoffs last year are close to it.
And then we have, I hate to use this as a joke, we have the battle of the female names, Madonna at Marion.
Madonna and Marion. Marion, by the way, a team that in the last, my gosh, I think it was 15-16 or 16-17. Champions, man. They went back-to-back, and Marion, a very solid school there. But, yeah, I'm definitely going Marion in that game.
Yeah, me too. I found a very good one. College of Idaho at Rocky Mountain. That is going to be fun.
Yes.
Everyone always tells me that's going to be a great game, and boy howdy, I think that is going to be the barn burner.
No, I believe so as well. You have two top teams. NAI is kicking off today, man. They got some great, I don't know if they're kicking off, but they got some pretty good games to start to really get the season underway, man. How about that?
Yeah, Carroll at Montana Tech, another good game. Southern Oregon at Montana State Northern, another good game. Dakota State at Wisconsin La Crosse, that's another decent game. Lindsey Wilson at Union, another solid game.
That is a good one too. Lindsey Wilson, former champions.
On and on. So I think the NAIA is not pulling any punches when it comes to getting all these big time matchups out of the way. Yeah.
Yes.
We have 8 p.m. games and a 10 p.m. game, which I hope that's on the East Coast, because if not, then NAIA, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a little much, man. Can you imagine a 1 a.m. game for the people on the East Coast, man? Forget that.
It's at Arizona Christian, so if I'm not mistaken, Arizona time is 10 p.m., if not 11 p.m., depending on where you're at. So why are we getting Arizona Christian playing a 10 p.m. game? It's just a little, ponder, food for thought thing.
That's kind of weird, but okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It could have been an error, but I'm just using my curiosity.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned with that one, but alright, Taryn. Well, last but not least, we're talking today some NCAA. NCAA 2A, of course. Some AA football here going on today. Really excited for some of these games because South Dakota State's taking on Iowa. Yeah, it's probably going to be a freaking beatdown, but I don't care, man. South Dakota State, if they were to stand up to Iowa and give them a battle, that just says so much about the FCS, man. I like that. I really like that battle. North Dakota State. I thought that was North Dakota State. Man, I was so excited. North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks will be taking on Nebraska. I thought that was North Dakota State, the Bison, man. I glanced at it. I thought that was going to be them versus Nebraska. That would have been cool to see. But, because they would actually have a chance of beating Nebraska, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Sorry, Nebraska fans. But, yeah. North Dakota State needs to freaking be a D1 single A already. I am so sick of watching them destroy everybody. All right. So next up, who do we got here going? So we had some games last week that we talked about already. This past week, we've already gotten to some of them versus the single A stuff or single A kind of little cross up there. Nothing too crazy. Denny's Orange Blossom Classic is going to be awesome. FAMU, Florida A&M versus Jackson State. That's Prime's team, of course, Mr. Deion Sanders. And we'll see them go head-to-head on Sunday, actually, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Really excited for that one. But coming up today, we have double A football, and nothing too crazy. Like I said, we got some of these little mix-ups here and there. But overall, Howard and Hampton, I think, should be a pretty solid game. At least I can only hope. My former school, University of La Verne, is actually taking on San Diego. Wow. UCSD, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, dang, they really did.
Not UCSD, USD.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I thought they were Taryn, that scared the crap out of me. Oh, wait, no, it is. That's the team I think they are. Yes, that is University of San Diego. The Toreros, right?
Right. UCSD is the Tritons.
The Tritons. That's a that's a D3 team taking on a Division I. Wow, they're getting ballsy. Man, how about that, Taryn?
Yeah, you never know what you can find when it comes to things like this. I really think that's going to be, I think it's a sneaky good matchup. That one and UC Davis at Cal. Yes. I think it's a sneaky good matchup as well. I think UC Davis loves to play this matchup against Cal. More often than not, we do see Cal coming out on top, but credit to UC Davis for standing up to the challenge. Agreed,
Darren. So, as you can see, football is underway. College football is underway. Once again, I want to see Sam Houston fight Texas A&M very well. I don't know if we're going to get it. I want to see South Dakota State fight Iowa. I don't know if we're going to get it. I want to see Richmond fight Virginia. I don't know if we're going to get that one either, but I want to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned, and this is awesome. So today we're a little bit kind of everywhere. We'll have more of a structure for you next week. Lots more. It'll be a little bit different. But today we just want to get this mean introduction, part 2, I guess, of the introduction in the NCAA and all these surrounding college bodies, and just kind of get things going. Lots of great high school football coming up here. So, Darren, what you got for us, man? If you can pick one game to watch, of course, including the Saturday night game, if you can pick one game for everybody this week, even high school, to follow on Max Preps, doesn't matter, who is it?
In terms of high school, I'd probably say Los Alamitos Sasha, just because it's an Arizona school versus California school, and this is kind of going to be the barometer of where Los Alamitos is, just because they have lots of talent. They have Malachi Nelson and Makai Lemon, who are both going to SC. They have, I forgot the running back's name, but he was a transfer from, I want to say it was like Long Beach Milliken. I really think that Los Alamitos has the potential. And then as for college-wise, I was going to make a joke and say that watch USC over Rice and hope that they cover the spread, because they are 32.5 point favorites. But I actually think you can't go wrong with Ohio State Notre Dame. Let's see if Notre Dame can pull up its big boy pants. So.
I honestly think South Dakota State, Iowa is going to be a good game. It's going to be better than what a lot of us think. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Cue the music, because we're out of here. All right, you guys. That was a fun one. Taryn, where can all these die-hard college fans find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at Taryn Rodriguez1. That's TTRAN, then Rodriguez, then 1. Definitely do check out my stuff.
Awesome stuff as always. You can find me, your boy Larry B, at the THEE_LB53. You can follow us all as a whole on Twitter, and all social media at IE Sports Radio. Show us some love. Check out our website. Join our Patreon. We are rebuilding and doing it great and fast. Trust me, you will see lots of changes coming up. We're doing our thing, y'all. Stay tuned, of course, coming up in just about an hour. IE Sports Radio on Mixer.com. Got a live call of... Actually, I'm going to switch that up really quick. Iowa and South Dakota State's cool. The game to watch for me is going to be number 13 NC State at East Carolina. That's a sneaky good one. Check it out on IE Sports Radio, you guys. Get up to date. He's in about an hour on the call. I don't know if that's Adam or not, like I said, but it should be a great one. Also, stay tuned. The Crossroads Pod with Aaron X coming up next. All you Indiana fans, I'm sure we'll be talking plenty of Hoosiers, and, well, let's see what he says about that Notre Dame game tonight. We shall see. With that said, y'all, thank you so very much for lending us your ears this morning, and, well, let the games begin. I know it's Olympics, but I don't care. that's where we are, y'all. Let's see how it goes down. Let's see how good these games are here today, and that is it. For Terry Rodriguez, for me, your boy Larry B, we are signing off. We will see you next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.